trading in Tullow Oil shares started listing on the GSE today. The offer was open from the 13th of June to the 4th of July 2011, with shares offered at 31 Ghanaian cedis per share. Joining us now on the line from Accra with more details is Ian Springett, CFO of Tullow Oil. Ian, thank you very much for your time and congratulations on your listing.
Thank you and good afternoon. Yes, I'm here in Accra and it's the first day of trading for our shares on the Ghana Stock Exchange.
Okay, we do know that what's preceded this was the IPO, lots of excitement about it and an uptake of about 88%. What does that mean for general capitalization?
Our capitalization now in terms of numbers of shares has increased from 900 million shares to about 904 million shares. But more importantly, I think on the Ghana Stock Exchange, this listing has virtually sort of doubled the size of the Ghana Stock Exchange.
Yeah. Okay. Now, there has been a question. I mean, I think it came in at about 10 British pence, the pricing of these shares. But we know the oil price is way above $110 a barrel. In terms of that correlation between what they are paying for their shares and what they should be earning for the commodity, earnings per share income ratios that you project?
Well, certainly, from a Tullow perspective, the shares were purchased at 31 cedis, and the price is now above that. And certainly looking forward from a Tullow perspective, we have a lot of growth opportunities both in Ghana and worldwide, and folk in Ghana have invested in Tullow as a corporation worldwide, so they're now exposed and will benefit from the growth of the company as a whole.
The industry in Ghana, we do know that obviously Jubilee is producing somewhere in the region of 80,000, hopefully 120,000 full capacity going forward. So it's still a relatively young and new fledgling oil industry. The prospects for growth and what that means for Tullow's further investments into Ghana?
Yes, I mean, the reservoirs offshore Ghana are very good quality and very prolific. And whilst we're at 80,000 barrels a day now, we expect to be at 120,000 barrels a day by August, September of this year. And we are developing the field in phases. There's another phase to come, phase 1B and later phases. We've also made other discoveries offshore Ghana in the Enyenra and Twinaboa fields to the west, and also the Teak and other fields to the east. And there is further exploration potential too. So Jubilee is a very important start, but there's more to come.
The limitations though, Ian, people are saying, we're not seeing sufficient infrastructure to support the industry coming up at a fast enough pace. There's also an intrinsic value in moving in the gas space, but just not enough capex in that area. And that for many companies, you're going to have to really bleed cash before you make money, and that investors should be cautious of that.
I think in the oil industry, you always have to invest significant amounts before the cash then comes afterwards. But the opportunity in Ghana, initially oil, and then afterwards gas, and as the gas infrastructure is put in place, is a very significant opportunity for all, and one which will also bring with it a significant local employment and local service industry. Right. So, we see them as very attractive investments.
Okay, and finally, Ian, just in terms of boosting your profile, we're told that in terms of the uptake in the IPO, the interesting thing is that it was a lot of Ghanaian retail and institutional investors that participated, and that's a good thing for the GSE. But because, West Africa and that whole Gulf of Guinea is really where we're seeing a lot of oil investments, there'd be a case to try to get regional investors coming through. Is that a concern for you? Is that something you're trying to work on, boosting the profile of the company within West Africa, within Africa in general?
Well, I think Tullow, first of all, has been operating in Africa since its inception back in 1986. So this is our 25th year in Africa. Clearly, we've had some very major success in Ghana, which is really our sort of main operation, but we're invested in some 17 other countries too. But I think today is a very special day for us because we had 10,000 shareholders in Tullow worldwide, and as of today, we have 10,000 more Ghanaians as shareholders. So it's a very, very important day for us here today in Ghana.